Welcome to Let's Play Solitaire, and thanks for joining in. Today we're going to tackle a random game, and I will not edit it. I, of course, will do my best to try to explain what I'm thinking and try to help you understand how to solve different situations. Let's go ahead and get started here. First things first, I like to go for the columns. That's these cards. Then I work on the draw pile. That's these cards right here. If I have a good one early on, I'll save that as insurance. Don't want to use it right away because there may be more moves that we can uncover there. So let's go ahead and get started. Going to move this ace up top. Going to move this 9 right here. And yeah, that's as far as we can go. Now, of course, we're going to save this jack as insurance. Not going to use it yet. We will use it later, but we want to be able to manipulate. Same thing with this early card right here. There's like 18 more cards in that draw pile. We're going to see what they are, and then come back to the 2 of spades later on. This, we could play it. We might not play it. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play this as well. Let's go ahead and drop the 6 there, and we can move. This 2 is a tricky card. You kind of want to move it because you want to open up the column, but you want to be careful because we don't have an ace up here in the foundation pile, and sometimes that can hold us up, but let's just move it and see what we got. Okay, not the best, not the worst, but we'll give it a try. Okay, looks like we made it through, and let's go through again. So again, we're going to save this 2 till later. And, oh, there's a king. That's a good card. Now, the trick is we got to figure out how to open up one of these columns so we can actually put the king down. There's a 7 we can play. Now we just need to find where the black 6 is, and then we can move this red 5 underneath it and potentially open up a column. Nothing there, nothing there. Oh, there it is, the black 6. One word of caution, if there is a black 6 earlier in the deck, you're going to want to generally play that. But right now we're going to play this and open up this column here. Oh, that's the worst possible card we can get. The question is, and this is a big question, this is sometimes something I would actually go back and do, and I probably will. If you'll notice there are 2 6s right here. I believe this 6 right here came from the draw pile. It is going to be preferable to play this 6 of diamonds, to the 6 of hearts in this situation. So what we're going to do is go all the way back, undo our moves, until we put the 6 back, and then when this 6 comes up, we'll put it here, and that will open up a slot for our king. So we're going to do that. Going all the way back, if you want, you can fast forward about 10 to 15 seconds. Oh no, we can't do it that way. Well, that was one way to do it, but unfortunately, this 6 did not come from the draw pile. It came from up here, so that makes it a little more tricky. I think what we're going to do in this situation is just keep it like we had it, but if it was the other situation where it came from the draw pile, I would highly consider bringing it back if we're short for space. But in this case, we can't do that, so let's go ahead and go back again. And I think this was the sequence right here, right? Where we had the 7, there's the 7, and then we'll move the other 6 right here. There it is, 6 of spades, and then we'll move the 5. So, can't work that out there, but that's okay. Let's go forward again. Again, this is going to be our first card we move, provided there's nothing else that can be moved here. And it looks like we're going to get to move that 2. So let's go ahead and undo back to where the 2 is. Alright, we move the 2 of spades. And I believe we can move the jack as well. But that kind of brings, well, this is kind of a question mark here. We want to move this jack, but we don't know yet if it's a good move or not. We want to be able to manipulate this draw pile. We need to know what's behind here, because if we only move the 2 of spades, it's going to pull 1 card, meaning this 3 of spades will be the next card. And that 3 of spades is the card we actually would like to be able to play here. So, what we're going to do is not move this jack. We're going to click all the way through the draw pile again. And then when we come back, that 3 of spades should be right there. And then, of course, we can play the jack, I believe, and the 4 of spades as well. So let's go ahead and play the 3. We'll play the jack and the 4 of spades as well. Now the question is, should we play this jack or not? It's kind of our insurance card, but then the question is, what would we pull? And we're kind of faced with a tough spot here. Yes, we can play this jack, but then again, we still have to open up one of these columns. We haven't done that. What we'd like to do is be able to play this 10 of spades, but yeah, that might not be possible here. So let's go ahead and go through. There we have it, and we're going through again. Okay. Now, ideally, if we can get this king, one of these 2 kings down, we can move one of the queens open and try to keep our game alive here. There's a king right there. Again, the problem we have here is, well, we're going to be able to get the king. But the real debate we wanted to have is, we have this 10 right here in the very front of the draw pile. We'd like to use that. Unfortunately, we need to open up a column. So what we're going to do in this situation is play this 10 right here, and then we're going to move some other cards around. So we're going to move this 5 of spades, and I believe we're going to keep it right here. That way, when we find a red 4, we can move this 3 over to here and open up that column, because we have these big columns right here. We really need to get those down if we want any shot at solving this. So 4 goes down there, move the 3 of clubs here. And, well, we opened up a column, but we haven't totally got it the way we want. But we're going to keep pushing forward here and try to figure out something. Alternatively, there is another way to open up a column. You may or may not see it right here. What we need to do, of course, is get this 4 over to here. And then if we get the 3 of hearts here, we can put the 2 of clubs right there. That would allow us 2 spots for kings. Now we're only going to really need one of those 2 black kings in there to move this red queen, and then hope that we can find a black king in one of these columns. So let's see what we can do here. There, we move that, and we'll just play this king right now. Here's the queen. Now this is a big card right here. What's under here, what's under this column, can probably be the difference between us getting this thing solved and not getting this solved. So let's keep our fingers crossed. There's an ace of diamonds. That keeps us alive. Let's go ahead and play that there. And another jack. Which begs us to question, where did this jack come from? We don't know yet. That may be something we consider down the line. Again, the same concept was with these 2 6s. We may be considering what to do. Like if this jack came from up here, we may be putting it back up. So just something to keep in mind here. But let's go with what we can find, and that is going to be the 3 of hearts. We got that right there. Now we can move this 2 over. But again, we need to be able to open up one of these columns to find a king to put here, as this king will not be effective. We would like to move this queen. Now if we had a red queen in here, which we don't, if we had a red, well, we do have a red queen. The question is, can we get to that red queen? Then we could move this jack as well. And it appears we're not going to be able to get to there because there's a 5 of diamonds right there. Let's go through again, and yeah, we're not going to be able to get through that way. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at these 2 jacks. What we'd like to do is put the jack of clubs back where it came from and leave a spot for the jack of spades to go right here, and then see if there is a card that we can play under here. So let's go all the way back and see if we can't figure something out. Okay, gonna play the 3, not gonna play the jack. And we'll see what we can do here. So going back through again, and okay. We still have the red jack option, and we would like to be able to bring this queen potentially down as well if we could, but again, we've got to open up a column, so let's see if we can't figure out a way here. And it looks like, well, let's just play what we can play here. We can play the 5, we can play the 4, and that means we can play this 3 right here. There was the 9. Now we need to bring a black 10 again underneath that. Going to do one card at a time here. So let's just go through again and see what we can figure out. And we'd like to get a black 4. There is a black 4 in the front. We're going to have to play that at some point. Let's play this jack. That is going to put the black 4 in the front. And then we'll get to move the 3. Let's move this 10 right now as well. And then we can move this 9 back to where we were earlier. Now we've got a king. We can move this queen over. Okay, that's good. Now we can move the ace of clubs here. Now we can move the deuce of clubs up top. And that's very important because we have opened up a column. That's what we wanted to do. Let's move this 8 of diamonds here. Okay, this is a good card. 7 of diamonds. We can move that over. And now we got to figure out a way to open up another column. Well, good news is this 10 can go for sure because we also have another black 10 here, so we don't have to hold this for anything. So we've got 2 columns open. Let's move this king over. That is a 7. That is a good card, 7 of clubs, because we have 2 red 6s, so we can put both of those in play underneath the 7. And we've got 2 columns open, 2 good spaces for the king. We'll be able to move this queen over in just a minute here. There's one of the kings, and we don't have to prioritize which one we play. Now we can just move this queen over, and the ace of diamonds, that's a good card. There's the jack. We can move that as well. Now we can move this queen. So we're making some progress here. Now we just got to figure out how to get these 2 columns opened up, and we'll be able to solve this game here. Now this 4 of spades is going to be our insurance card, of course. We're going to want to play the king. There's a king in here, I believe. Yep, there's a king right there. We're going to want to play that at some point early on. And let's see. We can't do that. Let's go back. We can't play the 3 of diamonds. I guess our only move here is the 4 of spades. Though, what we'd like to be able to do is play this queen. Now, we may have to go back again. If we don't find a move, we may have to go back to where this queen came from. That one was right here. And we may have to go all the way back and play this queen of diamonds instead of the queen of hearts if none of our moves work out here. That way, we'll have a spot to put this 10 of diamonds down and be able to open this 9 right here can go under would go under the 10, which would be under the jack. That's something to think about if this scenario doesn't not work here. So 3 of diamonds, going to move that down. And I think we moved 2 cards, so we should be able to get the king down. The question is, can we move what's in front of it? And I think the answer is going to be no. So yeah, we got the king down. That's good. But unfortunately, I don't believe... Yeah, we have a jack right here. This jack is kind of holding this up. So the other alternative, of course, would be to figure out where this jack came from and not play it. I can't remember if it was in the front or the back. You may remember. But I'm going to go hit back and hit the undo and see one of those 2 scenarios anyway. We're going to try one of those 2 options. I think that jack came from... No, the jack did come from right here. Okay, so the jack did come from right here. So the other scenario, I believe, would be to simply not play the jack there, which we did. But instead, we'll play the other sequence of cards. And let's see, yeah. We're going to play the other sequence of cards. We'll get this black king down, and then we'll get that queen down as well. So what's going to happen here is 4 of spades is going to go. We can't move this queen yet. We will. This jack is going to drop next. But we need to move 2 cards to move this king. So what we're going to do is move this 3 as well. So we're going to pull the 4 of spades, put it down here, move the 3 down, okay? And then this king should drop the next time. So going through again, there's the king, that's what we want. Now we need to get to the front of that pile. Okay, what do? We pull down this jack right here. Now we can pull down the queen. And the one thing I would caution is, I don't like to play all 3 of these cards at once. Usually I like to look and see what's behind them in the draw pile, just so I can get maximum number of moves. In this case, I don't think it makes a difference. So what we're going to do is play the queen, and then play the 10. That was what we believe we need to solve this. Oh, this is great. Now we can play the 9 and the 8. And yeah, we're going to get this solved here. And this queen will go right here. So it's pretty sweet. We've got the jack there. Queen can go down there. Now we're going to open up these 2 columns here, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can move the rest of these cards. There's the 7. Going to move it here. Open up the column. There's a 4. Okay. We have a play to get that up top. You see this 3 of diamonds? Well, actually, if you see these 2 4s right here, 4 of spades, 4 of clubs, we need to move the 4 of spades up top. That means we're going to move the 3 of diamonds here. Now we move the 4 of spades up top. All we have to do is pull the 4 of clubs and put it under the 5, and we have this open. Which is good because now we can play this 4 of hearts. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed here that something's good under this 9 of clubs. I think we've got this. But let's go ahead and move that here. We needed the 10, don't we? I pulled the... I got to pull the 10, don't I? So, let's go back here. Why did we pull... I think we forgot. We're going to save this. Oh, yeah. This is the spot right here. I apologize. I went too fast with here. We're not going to pull this 9 down here. That was one of the problems that we created here. So we're going to pull this 9 instead and see what's under there. There's the 6 of clubs. Okay, we can move that right here. And now we can pull the 9. And we can move the 8. Sorry I missed the move. I apologize, sir. And now, of course, we can move the 7. And then we can move this 10 of hearts right here under the jack. We'll move the jack as well. And there is the spot for our queen. Let's move the 5 of diamonds right down here. We'll move the 4 of clubs there. 2 of diamonds goes here. There's an ace under there. And yeah, we pretty much have this solved right here. So I apologize for the little mix-up on the end with the 9. That was the original plan. I went a little too fast there, but of course, we got it done. And of course, that is going to wrap this up. I am signing out. I would like to thank you for watching and wish you good luck.